Hello, hello, how are we? Today I'm going to go through everything that is wrong with my daily driver. So, as you guys are starting to know, this is a 2002 AP1. We got an AP2 facelift, but there are issues with this thing. So we're going to start with the body. I got a little bit of paint chipping on my rear bumper. And my top has always had these like little rips on the side, and then they're starting to get these rips on the top. My pretty much mechanism had froze when it sat for a little bit, and it put these two little divots in there. So always make sure that your mechanism is good and sliding forward like it should, or sliding back like it should, because it will rip into that damn thing. So second thing, as you can see, there is no emblem on this fender. This fender was replaced. So this is the only body panel that was replaced, except for, of course, the bumpers. And then you can see some of the paint is kind of chipping there. I got paint chips everywhere on my front bumper. And then with this one, it's pretty clean. And then, of course, you got your emblem. So the body is pretty much intact really well. There's really no body dents. There's no major scratches or anything besides what's on those fenders right there. And then as you get close to this fender, you can kind of see the paint starting to blemish away from that fender from, I think, sun. So also inside, so everything is mint on the inside except for this coolant line. So this coolant line literally broke, this hard line right here. So I had to convert it over, which is your throttle body coolant. I had to convert that to a soft line. So I still have to play with that stuff. When this was sitting for a while, when I put the engine in it, I put my finger right through the reservoir. So I kind of sealed that. You can see there's a little bit of paint blemish on the center bar there, because this thing did sit for a little bit when it was out of commission. And then also you can see the bracket right there for the fuse box, that's missing. When I bought this car, beware of people that buy these cars, they turboed this thing and then put it back to stock. So they had a couple things missing. I could tell on the bottom of the bumper, the little grill inset was all ripped apart, so I had to replace that. I didn't know that it was turboed. They did not tell me. So beware of that, because people will turbo them and you know, put them back together and sell them. So also something is going on with my brake reservoir. I don't know what, but it leaks and it bubbles a little bit. And then I got a brake light that has always been on this thing on the actual dash. So if anybody wants to tell me an easy fix for that, let me know. Interior is pretty mint. I got this guy here, which is pretty normal. It's not a rip. It's just, you can see the stitching is kind of unfrayed. And then I have a little bit of wear and tear on the console cover right there. The seat actually isn't that bad. It has one little spot right there, but I mean, this thing has about 160,000 miles on it, so it's not too bad. Dash is mint, steering wheel's good. I mean, everything else is pretty titties. I am missing a few things, like the little caps right there, which I can go get at Honda. I do have a Honda dealer that's nearby that, you know, sells everything, and I try and keep everything OEM on this thing. I mean, today I went and got an OEM bolt for my drain plug on my oil pan, because it was a little bit sketchy, so I didn't want to mess with it again. I was kind of, you know, rounding it off. So I do get everything OEM Honda. So that is something that you want to do. Also, you can see there is a little bit of bending on the inside of the fenders. That is from somebody that, you know, wanted to camber this thing out and put some rims on it and, you know, make it look stupid, in my opinion. When I got this had H&R springs, or H&R coilovers, and that was about it. The only thing that was done to it. And then they put these stupid lug nuts on here. So they're not stupid. These lug nuts are really cool. They are aluminum. But the downside is, on this side, when I replaced them and took them off, you got to put them on the exact same stud that you removed them on. because they don't come back on. They actually cross thread, and then it really messes with everything. So on that wheel, you can see I couldn't get a couple of them back on. So I have yet to take these rear wheels off for a long time because I'm afraid these lug nuts won't come back on. So bottom is pretty clean. Of course, this exhaust that you see here is actually restricting me. It is only like 2 1/4, 2 1/2 on the rear. So when I got this tuned, they said that is my biggest restriction, is my actual exhaust. So a couple downsides to it, but this is my daily driver. So I want everybody to know and see that your daily driver does not have to be perfect. I do not like perfect, because if it's perfect, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to hurt it. So this is something that is a project of mine, and I'm going to continue to build it, whether we're going to do a full NA build, supercharger, turbocharger. For those that don't know, this is a fully built motor. When it comes to the bottom end, this is a sleeved, pistons are 89 millimeter, CP pistons, Inline PRO rods, pretty much everything built on the inside, and then ductile iron sleeves. The head is going to be pretty much completely rebuilt to an AP2 head internals. So there's a couple AP1 components that like to wear and tear. We just did AP2 internals, so it's pretty bulletproof. But everything does have wear and tear on this thing. So subscribe, keep in touch, let me know what you think, ideas, and we're going to move forward with this project. You will see a couple things coming. I'm going to try and make videos either every week or every 2 weeks, and just kind of build a community around everything. And then of course I do have some other projects. I've been into Hondas since I was in high school, and I am 40 years young now, so I do have some experience and some time frames on these. So keep in touch. I appreciate you watching.